Morning. So it's interesting. Today in Los Angeles, we celebrated Christmas after our morning Avyak Murli, Sunday Murli. And then in the evening, here we are discussing about Diwali, Deepmala. So both celebration of lights, celebration of life and sweet. So let's continue this Murli of 21st of October, 1987. We are now continuing to the part 2 of the Murli where we stopped on the last class. So did you celebrate it? Or were you happy hearing and watching others celebrating it? I was talking about Deepmala. To celebrate means to become. To celebrate does not mean to listen. It means to become like Brahma Baba. This is what it means to celebrate Deepavali. Look, on one side there is burning, the burning of fireworks. And on the other side there is igniting, the igniting of lamps. On the third side there is celebration, eating sweets, wearing new clothes, the celebration of all of this. And on the fourth side there is cleaning. So you must burn it, have celebrations, and also have cleanliness. And so everything is happening. There is also igniting. You have to carry out all this. That is, you have to bring it into action. So it is the celebration of Deepmala in all the 4 varieties. It should not be that you know how to burn, you know how to celebrate, but you don't know how to clean. It should not be like this. Become like Baba in all 4 aspects. So do you understand the meaning of Deepavali? This is the story of the queens of lambs, Deeprania, and the king of lambs, Deepraja. So you have to become the eternal queens of the confluence age. You are the queens of the unlimited king, Baba. In Satyug, there will be the deity queens, but you are now godly queens. So either way, we are queens. Whether it's the Sangam Yug queen, Sangam Yug Rania, or the Satyug Rania. This is why they have shown queens. How many queens have they shown? They are just shown with a young child. Krishna is shown in a form of a child, yet he is shown with queens. So they have mixed it up, have they not? All of you are the queens of the one who creates kings of kings. All of you are Sitas as well as queens, are you not? Or are you Rama? What are you? This is spiritual magic. Baba says, this is the magic. 1 minute you say that you are brothers. So when you become brothers, you cannot call yourself a sister. Yet the next moment you say that all are Sitas, that no one is Rama. So this is magic, is it not? This brings great pleasure. Become brothers and sisters 1 minute. So that is spiritual, consciousness, alokik. The next brothers, that is soul consciousness, all souls are brothers. And the next become Sitas, become souls 1 minute, and become angels. This spiritual magic is very entertaining. You enjoy this magic, don't you? You are not afraid of magic, are you? You yourself have become magicians. So this is, Baba is asking us to have creativity. And a meditation has to be creative. So Baba is asking us to experiment, different aspects. Acha, eternal congratulations for Deepmala and Deepavali. If you constantly keep dancing, if you constantly keep singing, these congratulations are eternal. They say Happy Diwali for one day. They don't just say Deepavali, they say Happy Deepavali. And Bap Dada says eternal, holy, happy, healthy Deepavali. You want everything, do you not? You don't just want to be happy. You want wealth as well, right? Physical and internal wealth. So you want everything. So congratulations for a happy, healthy, wealthy, and holy Deepavali. You are the lamps that are constantly ignited. Do you understand? Your mouth remains constantly sweetened. Does it not? What is the best sweet of all, with which your mouth constantly remains sweet? Huh. We always, sometimes we would say Dilkush Toli. And today Baba is saying just Baba. The word Baba, the relationship with Baba, that's the best Toli. This is the sweet that brings happiness to the heart. You ate this sweet and became sweet. Those who constantly eat this sweet remain sweet constantly. It is an easy sweet, is it not? It is not difficult to make it. That means to have a connection with Baba. Baba says it's not difficult to say Baba feels connected. It's not difficult to make. Everyone can make an item that is easy. Everyone can do it. So this is an easy sweet. You ate the sweet. You celebrated the meeting. Now what is left? The children from this land and abroad have reached Madhuban today in the subtle form of angels. The mind of everyone is here, but the body is on service. So Bap Dada is not just seeing this gathering, but Baba is celebrating the meeting with the children from all four directions. The children with the form of an angel. Everyone is celebrating the meeting with a great deal of zeal and enthusiasm. There is only one remembrance merged in the hearts of everyone. This sweet is in everyone's mouth. It is an imperishable sweet. How big is the rosary of all the children? How large is the rosary of Lamb? If a rosary of this gathering were created, it would be a very small one. But the glimmering lamps of all four directions are in front of Baba in the form of a rosary. So the physical presence of Baba's children were definitely smaller. This is 87. But all the souls who are remembering Baba who are not physically present, Baba says it's a much bigger rosary. Baba says, Bap Dada is smiling on seeing each lamp and is giving congratulations. Do you understand? To the queens of lamps from all four directions, to the special glimmering souls of all directions who give imperishable light to the world, to the great souls of all four directions, those who are to become like Baba. That is, those who celebrate true Diwali. Bap Dada's love and remembrance, and many, many congratulations. Bap Dada at the time of leaving, Baba lighting 51 candles. So from 1936 to 87, so 51 years. With the senior brothers and sisters, eat, drink, and experience pleasure. You have come to experience pleasure. You have been born to experience pleasure. And Baba says, we are born to enjoy. You were born with pleasure. Was there any difficulty? You heard knowledge and you took birth. So you were born with pleasure and you were born for pleasure. And you will also go with pleasure. You will go back with Baba. You will return with Baba. This is why Bap Dada is happy when children have celebrations. Because Bap Dada celebrates pleasure in the children's pleasure. Therefore, light candles and cut a cake. Do whatever you want. Cut even 1,000 cakes. Baba says, nothing is wrong in that. Baba is not alone. The children are also with Baba. Everyone will each cut one. Even the deities will not celebrate festivals as the Brahmins do. Because you celebrate with Baba, whereas their souls celebrate with souls. So we have no Baba in Satya. So we celebrate only with each other. So why not celebrate with pleasure? Don't celebrate in pleasure with confusion. So celebrate without confusion. And that's interesting what Baba means by that. Celebrate without confusion. The whole of this creation is for pleasure. But human beings have created confusion within the creation of pleasure. These elements are in order to experience pleasure. But the vibrations of human beings spoil the atmosphere. And there is an influence of the atmosphere on the elements. And then the elements also do the task of creating confusion. When we celebrate too much, Baba is saying, we start disturbing even the elements. Then in return, the element gives back to us. So even the elements do the task of creating confusion. The rain confused the program. So I guess it would have rained that time during Baptada Milan. Did it not? But you didn't get confused. You stayed in pleasure. You celebrated the pleasure of meeting Baba, didn't you? The elements are being stubborn. And you are stubborn in celebrating a meeting. You are celebrating and the elements are creating confusion. Let them create confusion. But are you going to be shaken? No, you are unshakable. You didn't stop the season under any circumstances, did you? You are celebrating the season. There is no water, but there is love. There is the water of love. This is why the elements are seeing that these children of God are no less. Acha, what needs to be done now? Sing, dance, do whatever you want. So that was the Murli. It's interesting, when Baba spoke about water. I remember in the, I think 89, I think maybe 89 or 90. I remember when I went to Madhuban, we all stayed in Pandapavan. Definitely the group was far less, the number of people were far less. I think it was 89, was far less um, than we have now. And at that time, in Pandapavan, they had water crisis. So there were few double foreigners. And I remember they were telling us, be very cautious, be conscious about using water. And we were literally counting buckets, how many buckets each person should use, how much water. And we all slept, like a big dormitory. So and we would each were, we would discuss in the room how much time. Okay, only 5 minutes for you, 5 minutes for you, 5 minutes for you, and then that much, only this much water. So we were also helping Madhuban because they didn't have much. I think that year they didn't have much rain, so they didn't have much water storage also. So, but even then, it was still joy. It was still joy, and especially, the day that Baba was coming. And this was in December. So imagine December was peak cold and chill, and Baba was coming. This was the 31st. So because those days, and it was the usually children, we would only go in December because it's school holidays. So 31st Baba was coming, and then New Year is coming. So we were all just so excited, so eager to meet Baba. We didn't even sleep in the afternoon. And we were just preparing song, preparing a poem for Baba when Baba comes. The double foreigners, the children, we were all going, stand in front of Baba, down. There was one time we even stood beside Baba on stage. So Baba would look at us like this, and then Baba would look at the audience. So we would sing songs, Christmas songs. This facilitator would change the lyrics. The Silent Night, they changed that song lyrics and they made it spiritual. And they had Baba and Dadis and that, and we would sing, and then the Dadis would clap hands. So I remember, thinking back, going to Madhuban since the 80s, seeing how we celebrated Christmas, or I could really relate when Baba was, when Baba's saying about what, don't celebrate with confusion. Baba says celebrate, have fun, but remember what Baba said, celebrate in a very spiritual way, not just with splendor, not just excitement for a day, and then after the next day we become tired because of too much preparation, or too much enjoying. The next day, oh, okay, let me rest now, I've had too much fun yesterday. So spiritual way, when we celebrate, there is always a energy consistency. It's not too high, it's not too low, and there is always a balance. And I love this sentence. Baba says, I am born with pleasure. I am born for pleasure, and I will also go with pleasure. So it's such a beautiful description Baba has given, that we are meant to live, not to survive. We are meant to enjoy, not to just battle and battle and battle. So it's just how to bring a change internally, really. And it's beautiful. So any takes anyone wants to share? What touched you from Baba's Murli? Right. The methods of serving.
Shanti.
Yes.
So, Baba said these four aspects of Truth Diwali. That was interesting: burning, igniting,
Right.
celebrating, and cleaning. So, burning the weaknesses, right, and the or sanskaras, and then igniting the remembrance. I suppose Baba's remembrance, or before to that, the soul consciousness, the self, and
Mhm.
then celebrating in happiness and all sweets, zeal and enthusiasm that we maintain. So basically, to remain full happy mode, right, joyful
Right.
mode, and then cleaning, having a clean, clear intellect.
Right.
Right. So that
Beautiful.
was, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. You know that today we had West Coast Murli. So every third Sunday of each month, the Western regions, the Western states, the West Coast in US, we all come together. You know, it's like a unified Murli, all the West state in US. So, and then we have a different Murli Tarab each month. So today we had a sister from a different state. So she read them early. And it's interesting what, of course, you know, definitely it's an inspiration. Definitely Baba would have touched her to share that. But it's interesting, you know, when we heard in the after the Murli, there was a short Q&A, that any thought that we have from our weakness, the first thought is because of a certain weakness that we're having. But the second thought is a choice, means when something that pricks me, I know, like a waste thought that comes the first time when it comes, that's a waste thought. But the second thought, if I'm thinking about that waste thought, then the second thought is my choice. That means I chose to invest more time and energy into that first thought. And then the second then become third and fourth, and without knowing, suddenly we are thinking, you know, 20 other thoughts, spending more time uh, thinking more about that one thought that was created out of that weakness. So waste thoughts will come. Whatever weaknesses, seeds that we have will come. But let us try to pause at the first thought itself. So when the first thought comes, am I able to shift? And am I able to recognize then, okay, I'm not going to invest more time and energy into thinking about this any longer. If that becomes my choice at that time, then the thought isn't going to vanish instantly, but the thought is going to get smaller. And if I keep, you know, pausing myself each time when a particular thought that doesn't make me feel comfortable, doesn't feel right to my conscience, if that thought comes again and again and again, I'm telling myself, you know, let it go. I'm not going to think about it. I don't want to think about it. If again and again I can pause myself, then eventually the consistency of that thought is going to reduce and reduce and reduce. And eventually it's going to finish. It's going to finish. It's no longer going to disturb us. It's done. So not giving too much attention in a way is also letting it go, letting it slide, and letting it finish. So that was very interesting. I was just connecting that point. I was connected, of course, into today's our Avyak Murli here. I mean, the current Sunday Murli, and connecting with this Deepavali Murli. Baba is talking about the burning of fireworks. Remember, Baba said the matchstick that we use to burn the fireworks is the matchstick of determined thought. And then the fireworks, the bangers, I know the weaknesses. And then some bangers fly, you know, once they rotate, they have a big blast and then they fly. So that's Baba's telling is our flying stage. So it's really interesting. It is us being stuck in our own web, in our own circle. And then we are asking Baba to help us out. But Baba says, if you don't think about it, it's not going to continue. And when it doesn't continue, eventually it will finish. So that was one thought that came in the mind, wanted to share.
Yeah. Thank you. And another thing that Baba said is I think Diwali sweet is very important. So the sweetest of all is Baba himself. So I think that is one sweet that everybody can eat, including the diabetes.
Yeah, it's glucose free. Everyone can enjoy, and even a child, even a 3-year-old child. um, we had a group that came to Baba's house last week, and it's funny. This group that came, they were like artistic people. I think one was a filmmaker, one was a magician, one was like manager, for artists. So it was interesting. There was about 5 of them. They were all friends, and they came to the center, and they were, of course, the first thing I asked is, how did you get to know about the center? How did you find out on Google? Did you find through someone? Then they said, yeah, one of our friend comes to the class. Here we have twice a month, we have a special meditation. It's called, singing bowl. I don't know how many of you know. It's a Tibetan bowl where they do sound. They use a stick and they create sound. We have one student that plays that instrument. Beautiful music. Just beautiful music. So we have live music, and then we do commentary. So they said one of our friend came to that session and she loved it, and she then introduced us. She told us, okay, you must go to this center. You would really enjoy the vibration. So they came, and the first thing they asked was, how do you even meditate? Isn't it hard to just sit down? I mean, our minds are just running wild. We're always thinking about deadlines. We're always thinking about income. I mean, we are not living like you. You're like, of course, in Hindi we call like sannyasis, right? We are not like you. We are in the world. That's what they say. We are in the world, and we're living that life. And you are here, so it's easier for you to meditate. And then after that, that's what we said. And that's what I was sharing. I said, and then they said, "Oh, you are still young." Because they were all in their 50s and 60s. You were still young, you haven't seen the world. We've seen so much. So it's not easy for us to be, peaceful. So then I said, but I I started learning meditation when I was 3. And usually people in a younger age, they say, oh, kids, what would they know? What would they understand? They cannot even sit still. They're going to be running away here, running around. So they say, really? Did you understand at that age? Were you able to sit and concentrate when the teacher was teaching? So eventually, long story short, uh, it was to make them understand that meditation is not about age, it's not about profession. Meditation, it's learning how to be happy with yourself. It is learning how to first understand who you are, completely accepting who you are, and then completely understanding God. So then they liked that idea. So they said, okay, then can you teach us meditation? I said, I cannot teach you right now in 5 minutes. You cannot learn to meditate in 5 minutes and expect to fly the next day. You need to invest time. You need to invest your attention. You need to invest your time. And then you will see some changes, some transformation. So they started understanding. And that's why, I connected with the Murli when Baba says pleasure, 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 because in this world, here in Los Angeles, it's a city of Hollywood. There are many people who are trying to become something in this, glamorous city, in this world of films. They're trying to be something, but it's not easy. Not everyone can be an actor. Not everyone can be a director. Everyone is trying to pursue glamour and fame, and not everyone make it. And but it's for them. It's that pleasure that they are wanting to experience. Attention and money and fame. You need to be in the newspapers. And you'll be very surprised how many souls get very depressed or suicidal because they're not able to get what they want. And here Baba is talking about, yes, do have pleasure, but Baba's understanding of pleasure is so different than the world. It's so different. And I'm so glad living here in LA. And another quick thing that they would always ask is it, you're so educated, you are a neuroscientist, and how did you end up here? Why aren't you working? I mean, you could earn millions, you can earn thousands for your profession. Why are you here? And for them, that's money. Money speaks loud. I said, the peace and the satisfaction I earned so much more than when I was earning money. And that's a very different pleasure that the world don't understand. The joy that we internally experience is so, so much different than what the world perceives as pleasure. So I really love that sentence. Baba says, I'm born with pleasure, I am born for pleasure, and I will leave this body in pleasure with Baba. Right? Anyone else wants to share?
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Rightly said, sister, that the pleasure is a sweet one. Sweet Baba talk about that sweet now. So pleasure is a sweet.
Mm.
So that we enjoy and we share to everybody that pleasure that we radiate from ourselves. So this will going to multiply.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that's why Baba said that we have to become a sweet at every second, every moment. We have to enjoy that sweetness at pleasure.
Right.
So that point I got to from your point. So that I like to share. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Few sharings in the chat also, sister. Would you like to read or should I
Raja.
read?
Yeah. The creation is for pleasure, but human beings have created confusion within the creation of pleasure. Elements also experience pleasure, but human vibes spoil the atmosphere. Atmosphere influence the elements, and elements create confusion. Let them, but you are unshakable. Yes, you are
Um,
unshakable. Yes.
yeah, I mean, this World Meditation Day, how was it celebrated in US? Sister, just you.
Okay. So I think different centers would celebrate it differently. Here in LA, what we do is, of course, many people more come on Zoom rather than in person. So if it is in person, sometimes we have it more like a creative meditation. When it's in person, we do it, differently, different times. Sometimes we will put a globe in the middle. we let them sit in a circle, and then we do a commentary. Because if it's for public, many times, there is a variety of public. Means some enjoy silence, some are able to sit. Some you can see after 5-10 minutes, they are agitated, they cannot concentrate, or they need to move. They start moving on their chairs. So we try to blend, and a little movement, a little silence, a little commentary. So then all sorts of people are able to enjoy and experience. So that is one way that we have. Or on Zoom, we have, we share screen, we share the globe, picture of the globe, and then we give some commentaries. Or what we also do is we record a commentary with different scenes, based on connecting to the words of the commentary. We create a recording, a video for 1 hour, and then we play that video on Zoom. So then, however they can get connected. So it varies, every time. But also here in the LA Center, like I said, we play the singing bowl. That's on Saturdays. And yesterday was the third Saturday, so it was we have the singing bowl creative meditation on the first and the third Saturdays in LA of each month. So yesterday we dedicated the singing bowl, the healing meditation for the world, healing the self and for the world, because it's the third week of the month. So that also was very interesting how we, did creatively. The singing bowl meditation is so healing, because the student, she knows exactly what tune to play, and you can feel your body vibrating to that tune. And because I always sit in every class, I observe the students, I observe the teacher, how she's teaching, and then after every class, I give a feedbacks. And then after every class, I would, share with the students 5-10 minutes, ask their feedback, what they experience. So because every class, it seems to be, there's always someone new coming, always someone new, because the word of mouth spreads so quickly. And everyone here, they love singing bowl meditation, because they actually pay a lot of money and they go for these classes outside. For per session outside, people are paying between $60 to $100. It's an expensive class. And here we are offering free of charge. So a lot of them, they love it. So they come, and it's every tune that she plays with different instruments, something in your body is vibrating to it. And then when we give powerful affirmations and trying to connect them, whatever that's happening with them, and then slowly is guiding them how to let go. Be aware, pause, breathe, and then how to let go. So in a way that even a lucky person who has no information or no knowledge about meditation can follow. So we do it, every month we do it differently.
Yeah, thank you. Great.
Yes. Anyone else?
I was just thinking about the main part of today's Murli, about the confluence age. When you just see the cycle, even in Hinduism, very rarely it's meant a mention of confluence age is not there. The golden age and the silver age, the customs and systems are mixed. And the copper age and iron age are of a different thing. And even now, when Baba says we are mixing up things of the copper age and iron age in the now, as well as what is going to happen in the future, the celebrations what is going to be in the in the golden age, we are celebrating now. So there is always a mixture. Baba says there's a mixture of ceremonies, there's a mixture of systems, which he has also spoken about Shivratri. In the Shivratri, there's a mixture. There is some kind of systems and all are mixed. But conference age is something I used to think, because golden and silver are Brahma's day, copper and iron are Brahma's night. And he has got no direct contact at all over the Shiv Baba. So the confluence age, why it's age of pleasure? Because this is the only age where he comes down directly, where he is able to come down and hold his flag and say, "Hello, this is my world. This is what my kingdom. For you have ruled now already for 4,900 years. Children, now it's enough." Like, when the children are very playing a long time down, the mother calls, come home, but the children don't come. Then the father brings a stick and says, "Come on, come home. It's time to come home." So I was just taking it as a voyager. Then what is the pleasure? What is the thing which, other than the father directly comes, everything is clear, the whole cycle becomes clear, the knowledge becomes clear, we know about so many things. Baba says Christ's soul is also over here. Even he will come, he will take the knowledge, but he won't come. The secrets and all are unveiled. But there is the celebrations also are mixed. See, it doesn't have its conference age, it does not have its own constitution, it doesn't have its own system. So I was thinking, what pleasure is Baba talking about, other than he alone is there? Otherwise, every age, see, golden age is so beautiful. That celebration over there, the silver age over there, the copper age also has got its own fun. Iron age, of course, is corporeal fun, but they also enjoy. They call it as heaven. So I was just trying to analyze why Baba says so many titles he has given, but this age of pleasure, which Baba has read, because I think it is mixed. I was just trying to churn on that. If suppose something you can throw, because confusion it was. Everyone is down, elements are down. Everyone is blaming this one, that one is blaming this one. And he comes down at that time. What he was doing for 4,900 years, just coming. I was just thinking about that. If you could just.
Like how so your question is how we can have pleasure in conference age? Is that the
No, what
question?
he. No, I'm not saying I'm try. I want Baba to give me a spark. He's Gyan Surya, no? To just say, why, like that, like that, like that. Something. I was just looking for some ray of thing from Shiv Baba, when because I saw all those are the four ages, and this is just a mixture what is happening in the conference age. Either ka udar ka, neither behind, neither thing. Like as if I'm preparing for the golden age. Sometimes I feel it's just like to go cross from this side to that side. I'm putting a thing, and because I'll fall, Shiv Baba comes to hold me. Bas. I find, I don't know. I've just told him, let me see if he replies through you.
So now I'm just getting some clarity on your question. You were just asking about what does it mean to have pleasure in this present age? Is that the question?
No, Vinu sister. See, we
Yeah,
have seen all the four ages, okay? And we have
right,
proper knowledge. That too, he only
right,
has given. He only
right,
tells about golden age. His
right,
see, I didn't have anything. In the
right,
golden, I don't know about conference. In the silver, I
right,
don't know about golden. Nicely, he placed that forgetfulness in us. Suddenly, he comes in the conference and just say, "Hey, come on, I'll give you the story. You were like this, you were like this, you were like this, and all."
right.
So, see, for me, only pleasure is Shiv Baba, because
Mm,
truth, which I say, and love. But every religion has it. See, if you have really not come to the knowledge, but you have gone through the earlier religion, you see, every religion, fundamentally, there is something. Fundamental truth, fundamental thing, everything. They also have not a creator, the one who thing. But I want really that confluence age of pleasure. Is it just only one thing? Is it only Baba, or what other things, according to you, you think it's an age of
Okay.
pleasure?
Right. Okay. Pleasure, if again, I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for my experiences. So then you can see, you can connect, reflect in your Brahmin life what has given you pleasure. For me, I find pleasure in safety. I feel very safe. I feel very secure and guaranteed with Baba. And even from, again, from childhood, in school, at work, people would call me very stubborn. But for me, I would say it's discipline. And people, when I was young, people didn't understand why I had to be so stubborn, especially about food. Why is a 3-year-old girl being so adamant about being vegetarian and not eating from anyone's hand and not eating onion garlic? My whole family wasn't vegetarian. They were meat eaters. So I was like, the odd, the odd member in the family. But for me, because Baba said it, I did it. And I didn't understand why people didn't get it, but I felt very safe doing it. And I felt Baba was protecting me because I did what Baba said. That gave me pleasure. And I feel that if I do what Baba is telling me to do, I feel I'm guaranteed. So that in a way sort of brought rest to my, anxiousness. Oh, will that happen? Will this happen? I say, you just did what Baba said. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I put like the entire hope on Baba. Okay, you said this, I did it. It's going to happen. I felt that in many areas, I had less confusion because I didn't ask a lot of questions from Baba. I did not question what I was taught. I just did it. So in many ways, because I didn't have confusion or doubt and I just did it, I was saved in many ways. So that for me was pleasure. There was pleasure in safety. There was pleasure in discipline. There was pleasure in having less options. Have you ever experienced when there's so many options, you just don't even know what to choose? Sometimes having too many options also headache. So, Baba, Srimad has given me less options. I didn't have to think too much. That gave me a lot of pleasure. Cleanliness, I can feel that following what Baba is saying, it keeps my conscience, my manners clean. The words that I use, clean, really clean words. The way I present myself is clean. In terms of lifestyle, it's very clean. So for me, it gives a lot of pleasure in having cleanliness here and also physically. So in many ways, I feel pleasure is not just what we think, having fun, but pleasure is also feeling free, feeling content, at ease, freedom, feeling loved, feeling free, feeling you are doing the right thing and you don't have to worry about consequences. So for me, that these are the areas where I experienced what we call pleasure. I see this as pleasure because I feel Baba is fully being accountable For, as long as I do what he says, he's going to take care of it. Again, this is my experience. Everyone would have different experiences. So this is what I feel, that Baba is a whole picture for me. This is what I've experienced through him. I don't know if that answers you.
Yeah, yeah. You know why? That's why, because let me tell you, he's very, very clear. We know he's not there, he says, but he's there. Who said he's not there in the copper age? He only comes and gives those miracles and all. He's there, but he's in incognito. For me, only thing is knowing that we are all one, knowing he is the one. I think that is the, and I don't call it as pleasure, I call it as bliss. I knowing your father, the truth, it's like for a yogi who sits, who wants to do that aham brahmasmi, and he sits, and that final moments, when that light just connects to the light, and that enjoyment, I think that is I would use the word bliss. But I'll say, Baba, you tell us not to do this, you tell us not to eat this, not to do this. So many things you condition us. No, see, it's just, see, after all, he's our father. We can talk to him. Who else can we talk? Can I go and talk to any Dharmatma like that? Can I go and talk to the Gita people like that? I'll be thrown out. Even though in the Gita they say yuge, yuge and all, can I go and talk to them? No, see, they are all structured scriptures, and they'll behead me if I go and talk such things over there. The only person you can talk to is your Baba. So that is why I talk to him. Sometimes you see what all I ask him questions. What do you do for 4,900 years in that Brahman? That is why you're so powerful. You have never entered any body. What do you know about headaches and backaches? What do you know about losing a child and all for a mother? You have never gone through all that, Baba. That lady has lost her child, means let her cry. Why you're telling her, eat halwa and all. Have you lost a child? You are incognito. I talk all such things. Just, you can only talk to him. You can't talk to anyone else. They'll think you're mad. So I don't know.
And
So
Baba
whenever
won't.
I always search from the Murli, this. But today, I even see, sometimes I ask, what, when conference, it should never end. Because I will not know him in golden age. Baba, who's that Baba? Some crazy fellow, I'll think, in golden age. But it's only now I can touch him, I can feel him, I can see and experience him. Sometimes I think they should continue, continue, continue. Of course, then that position is what pulls you. That time you don't think continue, because aikyam, we call it in Tamil as aikyam.
To merge
We
away.
look for, yeah, that aikyam is. Anyway, it was nice. I just
Nice.
wanted to pull your creative mind. That's why I did nothing else. Sorry if I've confused you.
No, it's Baba can take it and the family's okay too. Baba can take anything from us and he's okay. He would laugh, sometimes Baba says, Baba smiles and laughs at the children's games. So we are entertaining in that way for Baba, just the way Baba's entertaining for us. Yes, so any last words, any last sharing from anyone before we end?
I think meditation, sister, the last word.
Right, okay.
Mhm.
So let us sit comfortably. And just for a few moments, let's imagine Baba, Avyakt Baba, in front of us. Look into Baba's eyes. And as I take drishti from Baba, I can see Baba smiling through his eyes. It's as if Baba is acknowledging me for the questions, for the sharings that I had. And as I take drishti from Baba, I can feel how lucky, fortunate that these eyes found me and that I am able to enjoy love and belonging through these eyes. And I am able to enjoy this Brahmin life, a special gift of this birth from Baba. And Baba's eyes always reminds me, however I am, whoever I am special for Baba. I am valuable. And let me always experience this love from Baba's eyes. Let me always remember this vision, this pure drishti. Every time when I feel I need comfort, I need to be comforted, I need to be encouraged. Bring these eyes in your mind. Let Baba touch you. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Vinuben. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a wonderful, unshakable pleasure day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.